Morena. It is 5:50 something. This is like one of the only areas I can see light, and there's light poles, street lights I should say, scattered. It's Saturday morning. I think I've been up since 4:45 or something. Got out of bed around 5:15 maybe. Did 40 push-ups, and I was just saying to my fiance yesterday I did 13 proper full push-ups, which might not sound like a lot, but when I first started I could not do one, so it's progress. And I've been like capping out around like 7, 8, 9, 10. So yesterday I did 13 proper ones, and today I did 15, but I did 10 and then I did 5, so it's not exactly the same. And then I did 25 partial push-ups, so it's like 40. Yesterday was the first day that I did 100, and I did 100 by basically doing it in 3 sets. So I think I did 13 proper ones in the morning, then I did 25 partial ones, so that's 38, and then I did I think I did 10 proper ones and then 25. So it was like, I forget, I got it to 70, so whatever the difference was, 32, I did 32, so 25 and 7, and then I did 30 at night. So this morning I've done 40, so I've got another 60 to do for the rest of the day. So whether I do 30-30 or 20-20-20, you know, it kind of makes it a lot easier for me to hit that number. And the other goal I have for today is to do 10,000 steps, because I've only done, I did just under 5 yesterday. I did like 4:894 or something. So I need to do more walking, so I'm planning to go for a 30-minute walk around the wider part of the neighborhood. Usually I just do like one single block, which is a 15-minute walk, so doing a slightly longer one this morning. And today is a very special day. Today is the 2nd of August. So this time last year, or this day last year I should say, was when my life changed. If you're new, you just joined, last year I went into hospital with a stroke. I didn't know it at the time, but I had a stroke. So yeah, I'll probably talk a bit later about it, but speaking of, I'm feeling a bit dizzy. There's a car coming, just gonna wait across. 2 cars. Yeah, what was I gonna say? So this day last year, I went into hospital. I was also made redundant like a month earlier. So I was busy looking for a job like crazy, applying every day. I was going to the gym every day. I was doing F45 classes. I had just started F45, a like 4-week trial, and yeah, I was doing classes every day. I pushed myself way too much. I had an interview with Microsoft that finished, I think it was a 5 o'clock interview, and I finished at 6, and then I had a 7 o'clock class, which was the last class of the day, or 6 o'clock class, I can't remember. And I didn't have time to eat, so I quickly shot off to the class, and then I wore my heart rate monitor, which tells you how many calories you burn in a session, and it tells you what your heart rate performance percentage was, and mine for that class was 98%, and the calories, I'll find a picture and I'll put it on the screen. It was either 600 or 800, but for context, the personal trainer, the boss, the owner of the gym, he said to another member, if you're not doing 450, you're not doing enough, or something like that. You know, you need to be burning this much in this 45-minute class to be doing a good job. And I almost doubled that if I did 800. So I pushed myself way too hard. Dehydrated, malnourished, you know, near exhaustion. So I went home, had a feed, had a shower, started lying in bed watching Dragon Ball Z on YouTube, and then the roof started spinning and I started getting sick and started throwing up. So it was horrible. I didn't know what was going on, and eventually called my fiance, who was doing her nursing placement at Middlemore, and I was actually meant to pick her up at 11. So yeah, 10 or 11, because she did a afternoon placement from 3 to 11. So I was meant to pick her up. I called her. She said, call the ambulance. I'm like, no, I'll just wait for you. I'll get Dad to pick you up and then you can come, you know, do observation. She was like, no, you need to go to hospital. So I waited. She came with my dad, and yeah, she drove me to the hospital. I threw up in the car, or outside the car, on the car. Sat in the emergency room, and bro, it was like the worst I've ever felt. And fortunately, they like wheeled me in pretty quick. Like the ER was packed, and I got wheeled in on a wheelchair, and then they took me inside, and then I basically waited in the hallway because it was busy, man. I was waiting in the hallway for a bed. That took maybe half an hour, and then yeah, eventually after a couple of days, it was a very long process, very long process, series of tests. After a couple of days, took CT scan, all these other tests and scans, and they said, oh, you had a stroke. You had what's called a cerebellar stroke. So there's two vessels that go up the side of your neck. I think it was on the right side. It burst. Anyway, I'm at 10 minutes. As I was saying, cheating here. Yeah, it took a while to get a bed, I should say. Tests told me I had a cerebral stroke, and they said it's such a rare stroke, and you can get it from sneezing. It's kind of like any kind of sudden thing. So I think what happened was earlier that week during one of the F45 classes, it was what do you call it? I can't even remember the name of it, but there was 2 exercises. It was like a test your strength thing. It was like chest, bench press, and squat. So when I did the squat, I loaded up, what was it? I think we started at 80, went to 90, and 90 was hard. I did 100, and I don't squat, so my form wasn't that great, but I kind of strained to the fullest, and I sort of dropped it on my neck, and then I strained to get it up, and I felt kind of funny after doing that. So, and then when I look back at one of the videos from that week, I remember watching it and seeing myself lose my train of thought, forget something, and then I actually said in that video, I'm like, oh, I hope I'm not, nothing's wrong. Little did I know, under the surface, something was wrong. And then it kind of culminated on that Friday with not eating, pushing myself way too hard in that last class, dehydrated. Yeah, that's kind of my understanding, because after the end of it all, when I got out and I saw my doctor, she said, there's literally nothing you could have done different. Your health was the best it's ever been. All of your markers were good. It was just a freak accident, and I hope this hasn't put you off exercising or training in general. And obviously it hasn't, because I'm still pushing myself, but yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough. And yeah, man, my time in hospital was very interesting. What was also interesting was when it came to kind of writing an updated post about, you know, what happened, to let my family know on Facebook. My fiance had to write the message for me, because bearing in mind I couldn't read, I couldn't focus. I got headaches just looking at the phone, so I asked her to write the message for me and then send it. And I didn't want to send it to everyone, so we actually went through the process of sifting through all 600 or whatever, how many people I had as friends. And she's like, this person, or no. And it dawned on me, I'm like, man, who are all these people? I didn't even know half of them. I don't even remember how we became friends, just stalkers and nosy people. So that was kind of the beginning of this realization that I need to clean my list eventually. It's sort of like an idea that I had planted in my head, and something that I still need to do. But yeah, it was kind of interesting. It was a very interesting experience, because when you have these kind of moments in your life, another one was when I was made redundant, and I sent the dreaded last day email, and I tagged in, over 100 people, because I'd worked there for 14 years, and the expectation I had of who would message and what they would do or what they would say, bro, I was pretty gutted, to be honest. People that you thought would reach out didn't. Exactly the same in hospital. People that said they would come around didn't. And it kind of shows you who your real supporters are. So what kind of blew my mind is that most of the people that came to hospital were people I met from Toastmasters, not people from work. Like, there was one guy from work that came to see me. We still stay in touch today, to this day. We've met up another time since then. But yeah, it just goes to show, like, it's actually really hard to find and make truly meaningful, long-lasting, enduring relationships. One thing that stood out to me was one of my friends from college. He was like my best friend, and around Christmas time he messaged me. This was when I was in America. He sent me a message, a really long message, basically saying, "Hey bro, been thinking about you. Sorry to hear about what happened. I'm not one of those people that reaches out. I didn't want to be like all these other people that were commenting, and and I was kind of blown away. I was like, whoa, we haven't, like, for context, we hadn't spoken for 10, 15 years. No contact whatsoever. The last time we probably saw each other was at my 21st birthday. And I'm 37 now. But yeah, it's a tough one. It's a tough one to talk about sometimes, a tough one to think about. But I try to remind myself that it's not the worst thing that's happened to me, it's the best. Because of that, it kind of set me up for the path that I'm on now. And actually, one thing that was a real struggle was I was so close to getting ACC. So, for context, I was made redundant on the end of June, and the accident happened on the 1st of August. And I was aware that you could be eligible for 80% your thing for 6 months or something if it occurred within a certain period of time. I think it was 2 weeks or 4 weeks, and the numbers from the date of my what do you call it, redundancy to the accident, it just fell inside the window. This is what I thought, but after like a really long process, they basically said to me, it didn't include your redundancy period, it only included your annual leave. So I had like 11 days annual leave, and then you get 4 weeks for redundancy. I was short, I don't know, 1 or 2 weeks, and I missed out. So I didn't get that. The only good thing that kind of worked out, that's been like a lifesaver, was I got an insurance payout lump sum from NIB, which was $50,000. And in hindsight, that's been quite massive. I still have a chunk of it, but it's been 12 months and yeah, starting to run out because I'm not working. So anyway, this is 11 minutes, the other one was 10. This is going to be a 30, 40, 50 minute video at this rate today, but it's a special day, so it's kind of to be expected. Anyway, my hand is getting really cold, so I'm gonna focus on walk. See you later. Yo, guess who we just saw? I think we just saw John Campbell walk past us with his dog. Might have to stalk him and come back another day. It's cool. Yo, just waiting for the laundry. Ran into old pool mate who actually saw me. I saw him, and then he got out of the car and he said, "Nate." I was like, "Oh yeah." But yeah, just gotta wait 50 minutes or something. 50 minutes for our clothes to be washed, and then I will chuck them into the dryer, wait another few minutes, drop them off home, and then get dropped home. Naked, man. I'm so tired. I've been tired since like before we even went for a walk. We went to Mangere. I think got some footage, and we did 2 laps. So I think I was at 8,000 something steps before I started laundry. So hopefully this little bit back and forth will get me closer to 9,000, 10,000, so I can hit my target for the day. Oh, I'm so tired. Went to sleep at 10, 11, got up at 4, quarter to 5 or something. Today is a special day, and yeah, I think I talked about it already. I've been meaning to put together a post, but I'm struggling to find the words. It's yeah, what do you say? What do you say? Try to celebrate the fact that it's been a year and all of the things that are happening. But yeah, I don't know. Just tired and stressed. gonna try and fix the sleep routine. So today I think I started the day in terms of like my time tracking to start at 4:30, and then the day finishes around 9. So my wind down, I've tried to block out the last 20 blocks for wind down time, and that starts from like 5:50. So I'm not sure what time it is now. It's like 4 o'clock or something. But pretty much after this, until laundry's finished, it's like wind down time, which technically means put all the devices away, screens, no screens, and just like read book, journal. That's it. Which is going to be hard because I'm also going home and probably going to have something to eat. So it's not going to be a perfect situation. Also was wanting to watch a movie, but I'm way too tired. So yeah, I will see you later. Oh, I still need to do, I'm at 75 push-ups. I did 40 in the morning, and then I did 35 midday. So I've got another 25 left, and then I'll hit 100. So the goal is 100 push-ups, 10,000 steps, and I think I said 10 minutes of stretching just because I wanted to put another 10. I couldn't figure out anything else. I don't really stretch, to be honest, so 10 minutes, bro, that sounds like a long time. Maybe 1 minute stretch, I can do that. Anyway, I will see you later. Yo, just driving home, just done the laundry, had dinner. Oh, where? Car's light's not on. Bro, look, I was paying attention. So yeah, had a feed. I think I'm at 9,300, 400 steps. So I should hit 10,000. I still need to do 25 push-ups, so I'll probably do that at some point when I get home. I have just eaten, so I can't really sleep until like 9, so that kind of screws things up a little bit. But there's two main things that I wanted to do today. The first one is to finish the dollar challenge for the dollar mission, the first mission of the $1,000 Ali Abdal challenge. Basically set up a stand store, sell a digital product for $1, and ideally I want to get that done today, and then tomorrow I can start working on the second mission, which is a $10 digital product. I have a few ideas, and then the second thing I wanted to do is I wanted to do a post about how a year ago, basically at this time, was when my life changed, because I went to hospital. So on the 2nd of August last year, on a Friday, today's Saturday, on a Friday I had an interview, and then I went to a fitness class, and it was actually a 6 o'clock class, finished at 7. Went home, it's now 7:30, so I probably would have been home about now, would have started having something to eat, then I would have had a shower, and then I would have jumped in bed and started watching Dragon Ball Z on YouTube. And then I don't remember actually what time it was, but I know that my fiance finished placement at 11, so that's when I would pick her up, and I couldn't pick her up because I was sick, so I had to call my dad up for him to pick her up, and then they both came home, and then she drove me in my car, and then that's when I went to hospital, threw up in the car, threw up like 3 times or something, and then yeah, it's just horrible. And got seen straight away, or pretty quickly, got pulled into the ER, and then kind of just like sat in the middle of the corridor on a spare bed until a room freed up, which took a little bit of time. And then it was just a long process of like waiting for a nurse, waiting for a doctor, you know, tests, observations. I think my oxygen was quite low. I think it was like 93. It's meant to be like 98, 96, 90, above 95, I think. And it was quite low, and yeah, a bunch of other stuff was wrong. But I think it took a couple of days before they actually told me what it was, because yeah, we didn't have a clue, to be honest. We did not have a clue at all. And then yeah, I basically stayed. So I think I went to 3 different places. I started in the ER, then I got moved to short stay, or like a transitional lounge, where ironically my fiance was actually placed. I think it was like ward 17 maybe, I can't remember. But she